Good morning, interwebs. It is just after midnight, and so my Tuesday begins. It's the first day of Steve's days off, so everybody has gone to bed now, so I'm up by my lonesome. I've showered, so I'm restarting my day. I was a little bit sleepy there for a while, but now, not so much, which is nice. I picked up my office. I went through and I cleared out some of the, things that I'm working on bags, and I had cleared the table off yesterday, but I cleared off the rest of the things so I can work on it. And yeah, it's just my floor. There's so much space right now when I have the room set up like this. Now, it's not really practical to set it up like this when I'm doing lots of things, but for certain things it is, and it's nice to feel a little change up. I do like moving my furniture. This room is like channeling my teenage bedroom, like I was telling you the other day, with the door that looked like, well, my childhood on up bedroom. But I used to have a giant heart on my ceiling that I had made out of icicle lights. I had formed them, and I had a giant Smashing Pumpkins poster. It was a poster of the cover of one of their singles. A beautiful, lavender colored poster on my ceiling with this giant heart of lights around it. And I used to like to hang out in my room with just the purple lights and tons and tons of candles. And now I've downgraded to just the one, but whatever. I've also upgraded though, and now I get cocktails. That is the advantage of being the grown up. So it is storming outside, which is a little strange. It's raining a bunch, and actually it's raining so much and there's thunder and lightning that the mercury light outside has gone out. So I can't even show you outside because there's no light out there, just lots of wind. A lot of wind and a lot of rain. Seasons are changing. So today, in addition to all of our usual daily things, while everybody took a nap, I ordered yarn. Now, I do not ordinarily purchase a lot of yarn, and I certainly don't purchase luxury yarn, like hand-dyed stuff and whatever, but I have been doing really well at a lot of personal goals lately, and I decided that I've worked really hard on a lot of them, and so I was willing to reap some of those benefits and continue to work hard in the process. So my reading shawl, which I thought was going to last me all year, is clearly not, and I'm going to make another one after this, and so I got some yarn for that and for some other things that are coming down the pike. So that was really fun and exciting for me, and I don't know, it was quite the treat, and I enjoyed it, and you'll see the yarns when they become relevant. Now to get back to the whole working hard thing. I have a video to film. I need to film another Yarn Tales video, another book, because I finished another section, and that way I can work on the next one. And I have some other things to do tonight, work-wise. So, got to get cracking on that. Oh, also, I booked our vacation today. That was fun. I didn't realize, but Steve had even already asked for the days off, so his mom is coming to visit while I am at the craft show, which I am still not sure if I got into or not. I have sent in my paperwork. It's a juried show, but I've done it before, so that shouldn't be a problem. But even if I don't do that, then I'll just go on retreat if I don't do the craft show. But his mom is coming. I am going to go camp in a cabin at a state park while the show is running, and then they will all come meet me when his mom goes home, and we'll spend a few days vacationing as a family. That'll be fun, and we'll get to go do some of the things we don't usually do, like when we go camping, because we'll be in a cabin and we won't have the dog with us. So that means that we will be able to go do things that we usually, when you have the dog with you, you're limited, and Kuma, doesn't want to be anywhere without us. So, alrighty, off to drink my cocktail and get my night rolling. Well, I am about to go to bed, but first I thought I would tell you about my evening, which did not turn out to be productive, at least not in the ways that I had set forth for it to. So I was all ready to, film videos and all the things, but then I realized both my camera batteries were basically dead. So I went and plugged them in so that they wouldn't die in the middle of my filming and just frustrate me. In the meantime, I start to get out all my stuff to cut and work on bags. And then that big storm I was showing you meant that the power went out and came back on and went out and came back on a couple of times for like shortish periods, but long enough that it was a problem. I was like, okay, I guess that we're not going to cut things because, you know, lights and all. And instead, I sat down and started working on my Sands of Change Afghan. And I got a bunch done. I was kind of waiting to see, you know, if the power was going to stay on. But in the process, I found that I had made a mistake in the round I've been working on. So I pulled back and then I had yarn frogged out and I put it back in. And then I just kept going. I think tonight I did like 5 rounds, which is pretty substantial at this point. It's getting pretty huge. I think I have about that much width-wise of a Karen Big Cakes left. So I am very much seeing the finish line, and I could probably sit here and continue to work on it, but I know that Kendra of the future will appreciate if I go to bed. So that is what I'm going to do. I have been enjoying my little niche tonight, though, sitting here. I'd put this glider that had been my grandma's. Like, it wasn't special or anything. It just happened to be in her house when we moved in here, which has now been like a decade. But this chair has not gotten a great deal of use, and it's fairly comfortable, especially after we recently tightened all the bolts in it, and my goodness, it is a much more comfortable chair now. But I just put it over here because I wanted it out of the way to do all the things I was doing in here. And when the power went out, I was like, well, I guess I need to sit by my candle so that I can see my crocheting. So I sat down here. And then it was just pleasant. And obviously I've moved this floor lamp over here later because I wanted to see better to try and fix the error that had been in the blanket. But yeah, it's a nice evening. I enjoy doing this from time to time. I like to, as you know, I spend a lot of time in my house, and I do that completely by choice. It's not a thing like, I want to go out and have adventures. No, I want to stay here and not. But I do find it nice to pick a weird random spot that you don't ordinarily sit, because you know we all have our ruts. There is definitely a butt print of yours in some specific seating place in your house, and that's your spot. But it's sometimes fun to even just move one cushion over on the couch. Or if you usually sit with your feet up on the couch, sit in the middle of your couch with the feet on the floor. And it's like taking a little vacation for just a few hours inside your house, because it just is a different perspective. Today, lately I've mostly been turning on the actual overhead lights in my office. But I wanted dimmer light, so I just had on my twinkly lights now that I have them all adjusted so they stopped twinkling. Except one strand. I can't figure out which button will make. We watch. That strand right there is going to fade in and out. It does it real slow. But I can't figure out which of the control... Oh, there it goes. It went out. It's going to fade back in. But I can't figure out which of the control units it is that makes that happen. I thought I had adjusted them all to not. But there's that one little spot that still is. It's very frustrating. These have multiple controls. They can blink and do all sorts of craziness. But I want them to just be on and hang there and make it feel I don't know, a twinkly wonderland in here. You know, because apparently my office is a junior prom. That's what it looks like. But yeah, I just have been enjoying having a different spot with different lighting, and even just my floor lamp, I don't use it a huge amount. I got it for my birthday for my sister, and it's not a thing I turn on a lot, but when I do use it, I really enjoy it. And I don't even usually use it on this setting. This is the yellowy light setting. I frequently will set it to the bright white light, because that's what I want it for, is to really see something under that, more the daylight kind of. But this is more an incandescent bulb color. I actually think that's technically what it is, because based on color temperature, even though it's an LED. But that is neither here nor there. I'm just saying that I recommend taking a wee vacation of sorts within your own home, just by sitting in a different place, because it's kind of a nice little refresher. It gives you a new little haha about your existence in the place that you're in. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Nighty night.